this world? What have they done to us? What did they do to us?
How much do you think land tax is per year? Like for a
think
farmer?
I think it was 120,000. Is that right?
It's up to that. It wasn't
Yeah.
2 years ago. Let's have a look at this.
It makes it really clear that if in this state, if you are a small business, it is becoming increasingly impossible to make a living. This is just the start. Land tax bills started arriving this week and will continue to do so for the next 6 or so weeks. How can you absorb these state government increases? They affect so many people, those with an investment property, a business property. And then, of course, it goes back to the rental crisis because landlords will either put up their rents or sell their properties because they can't afford to pay taxes like this. I wanted to read out a couple of land tax bills from one small business owner that we've been sent. So in January 2022, her land tax bill was around $32,000. In February 2023, it was $94,000. And today, February 2024, it was $125,460. That is a $90,000 increase since January 2022. So how can you, as a small business owner, as a landlord, how can you possibly absorb these increases?
You can't. You can't absorb it. You can't even pass it on to the customer because customers won't come. You cannot function. So what you have to do is sell your land, sell your business, and move on. That is it. There is that isn't an increase. Like that's not a sustainable.
Who takes your land? The people that can afford it, which are politicians, or Chinese businessmen, or
correct
billionaires who can afford it, and who probably won't be paying that land tax because they'll make some deal with the politicians.
Correct.
Or they know how to circumvent that. They've got a good accountant that will circumvent all of that land tax.
They're not putting that money up to that level because they want people to pay it. And they're putting money up to that level so that people have no other choice but to leave.
Marla's just hit the nail on the head. Why do people still think the government is looking after them? That's what we had Steve talking about the jabs.
I don't think
I don't get it. Why do people think that government has ever looked after them? That's never been the case.
Well,
why the fuck?
So I've got a couple of these videos because they all kind of link. I've got a few linkies. So here's another linky. So this is from about the 8th. So this is a Canadian that's been looking into taxes. And he stumbled into what's going on in Australia, and he had to make a video about it.
Or the Australian Tax Office has stated that they are going to be going out of their way to hire more staff this year so they can screw over more Australians by implementing more rules and more laws and statutes to take away more money from Australians. By the time it's all said and done at the end of 2024, Australians stand to lose more than Canadians lose over the course of a year, and Canadians, through all taxation, lose almost 63% of their income every year. It'll be worse for Australians, and it's not like Australians can just pick up and leave, because I'll tell you this.
He's saying now, obviously we need to do a bit of homework here, but he's saying once you add up everything, because I always thought we were around about the 50% mark. He's saying it's going to be worse than 63% of our income will be going to the government in tax.
Right now, they're actually trying to stop Australians from leaving the country, which means you're going to be stuck in Australia paying more than 63% tax with all kinds of new rules that are going to inhibit your freedom, even your freedom of thought. You're all going to be stressed out and broke.
So that's another thing we need to do homework on. He's saying that they're trying to prevent Australians from leaving. I don't think he means holidays. I think he means if you want to pack up and fuck off and you've had a gutful, I think they're making it extremely hard.
All the time. If you want to leave Australia, now's the time to do it, because in 2025, you will not be able to. Contact me to get to Costa Rica right now, right here, kevinjjohnston.me.
Costa Rica. You want to move, boys?
I want to go, man.
Do you want to go to Costa Rica or what? Because I've just moved up to Cairns. Maybe I should have gone to Costa Rica. You're
closer to Costa Rica than we are.
Oh, get the fuck up here, boys. Get out of Melbourne, man. You guys need to get the fuck out of Melbourne. When it starts popping off, that's going to be ground zero.